Our next company providing a demo today is CreditXpert. Matt, are you with us?
Yes, absolutely. Hello, can you hear me okay?
We can hear you just fine. And just so everybody knows, we just launched a poll. Please select yes if you would like to hear more information about SimpleNexus. All right, Matt, I'm going to give a quick intro of CreditXpert and then I'll turn it back to you.
Sounds good.
CreditXpert helps many of the top lenders qualify more applicants, retain more leads, and increase mortgage credit score transparency. Our AI-driven platform quickly identifies credit improvement potential and generates detailed plans with just a couple clicks. See how to incorporate CreditXpert into your lending process, quickly identify credit potential, and easily generate improvement plans. Matt, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. I'll begin to share my screen here. You seeing everything okay?
I can see it just fine. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate the time today. My name is Matt Hydrew, representing CreditXpert today. Do a quick preamble, a little bit overview of what CreditXpert brings to market. We'll jump right into the demo. So we're a mission-driven organization, and it's to make home ownership accessible and affordable for all, and to bring more transparency to credit scores throughout the process of lending. So on the left side, you have ones that are not able really yet to qualify for a mortgage, where we can help them get to a qualified score range. And then over to the right, how are we helping borrowers and consumers achieve the best rates, best terms for the loan that they're looking for? We've analyzed over 750 million credit records. So with that, with a lot of intelligence, being a data science company. And what we've seen is there's two kind of categories here. To the left, helping applicants qualify. Up to 67% of all applicants can move up at least a credit band or two, or a credit range that either on the left-hand side gets them to a qualifying credit score, or on the right-hand side gets them into better rates and terms, reduced mortgage insurance premium, better interest rates, non-QM loans where credit scores requirements are a little bit higher, getting them to that best rate and price. So it's really a tool to help all applicants. Bottom line though, how CreditXpert is helping some of the largest, most successful lenders in the country be more successful is one, through credit fallout. So initially at your pre-qualification stage, at your lead stage, leveraging CreditXpert to make sure you're optimizing the credit score to get them loan ready, so that loan stays with you and you're curating those loans, or those leads, I should say, over time. Credit application denials. We can really be very accretive to taking a look at all the apps that have been declined due to credit history or credit scores. We can reduce that fallout. Retaining more approvals and being more competitive. So those loans that have been approved but not accepted, CreditXpert is a way to potentially achieve a better score to get into a better rate, better term. So these are three really key points of what we're going to show you in the demo today. But there's the other side of this. I would say more of the human experience side. We're going to be launching a customer survey, borrower survey that's going to be coming out in the market soon. And to preview some of that, where 92% of purchase borrowers believe lenders should be required to disclose credit improvement potential. Listen, there's thirst amongst originators and consumers alike on why is my credit score is what it is? How do I affect it? I go to this platform. I know what my credit score is. Why is my mortgage FICO score different? CreditXpert specific to mortgage industry, mortgage FICO scores. We have a lot of great stories around how referral partners and borrowers alike bringing more referrals to lenders that have an excellent process in place around using CreditXpert to bring that transparency to help them achieve that higher credit score. And in general, let's empower lenders to help their communities. There's disparity in the wealth gap. There's disparity in credit scores amongst certain communities and demographics. This is a tool you can implement to help bring more transparency there. So here's what we're going to show you today. So Credit Assure, these are alerts that are on the actual credit report. this will show you an indicative credit score improvement or a high probability. That's very helpful because you could simply click from there to then get into understanding the details. And if it's something like we're showing here on this screenshot, that could be very impactful to their affordability or achieving better rates and terms. Wayfinder is our automated plans. It simply finds the way for you. This deck is actually a little bit more complicated than the demo I'm going to show you. It's very easy to use, very simple, and you're able to just user adjust slight things to show a borrower their improvement plan. The what if simulator is their simulation engine. This will be, what if I change this trade line to this? What if I increase this balance? What if I remove this delinquent account? What if I added an account? So what those things could do to the credit score. So what we're going to do here is we're going to identify some improvement potential. We're going to generate a plan. We're going to understand and show how you would explain the plan to the borrower. Understand the likelihood of the plan, so the probability if they do the things that we're telling them to do, how they reach that target score. And then changing plan options and then the ability to share. All right. So let me end this and show my demo. Okay, should be seeing my screen here and the CreditXpert demonstration site. And here we can see we've ran credit on a borrower. This is actually Ashley. And we understand that her credit scores are 631, 632, and 632. But we see a credit score potential for Ashley. So we're going to dig into this and learn a little bit more. Initially, as you run CreditXpert, you're going to get some alerts. These can also be considered like underwriting blockers, things that you need to know on the credit report right away. Bankruptcy, disputes, forbearance, things on the credit report that you need to be alerted of right away. So those are very helpful for understanding that. From there, we're able to select the various bureaus of where we want to raise Ashley's score. We'll select Equifax in this example. So here for Ashley, another example I could say is, a down payment assistance program maybe is a 660 credit score or better. So Ashley's not at that point, but we want to see what we could do. Is there any possibility or a high probability of getting Ashley's credit score up to that target 660? We click on the 660, Wayfinder finds the way. So it's telling us that we had a 94% likely chance of achieving a 660 credit score by using $381. Now, this is important. You could change the various cash limits because we all know certain borrowers might have only so much funds to work with, so the system could work with those available funds. We're going to cancel an authorized user account. We're going to pay down 3 accounts. We're going to do this immediately. To show the details of this plan for Ashley. So here we have a Citi card where we need to cancel as an authorized user. We need to pay down this Citi card to $740. We need to pay this Chase card down and this Discover card down. Here, you can avoid any additional changes. This is important. While this tells you exactly what to do to impact your credit score, this also tells you what not to do. So do not do these things because that would also impact your credit score in a negative way. And in this example, this is saying a rapid rescore. Now here, we also have the ability to change the time frame. Change the time frame to pulling the credit in 1 month, which could be very helpful. I'll show you another example here in just a second. So also here, it changed the number of actions, and then I talked about the cash limit, and then also the score goal. So if I wanted to say, well, what would happen if I really only needed a 640, or if I needed to get all the way up to 700, how long would that take? What would I need to do from there? So once you have the plan down below, you're able to share that with the borrower. You're able to print to file a PDF that you could upload to your point of sale to share. You could copy and paste the details in an email or something like that. So we have a couple of different flexible ways to work within the systems and processes that you have to generate a plan that could be used for the borrower to see that plan and to share the plan details. So to show you another quick example, TransUnion here, let's try the same thing. Now this is kind of an interesting example of on TransUnion hitting the 660 score. It's saying an 84% likely chance using much more money or cash at hand. Now, if I'm able to actually change the time frame, would that impact the probabilities or impact the amount of cash? And here, by pulling credit in 1 month, I'm actually able to use less money and only do limited amount of actions here for the TransUnion score. And so then it'll outline specifically the actions that the borrower needs to take. Overall, the CreditXpert platform has many years of experience here refining these details within our data science infrastructure around making sure that the results you see are going to be ones you can count on and be confident in. You're able to always toggle between various bureaus here. And just to preview something that's coming out, we're going to be consolidating these in a upcoming release and an upgrade to where a user won't even have to select the various bureaus. They're going to be able to see a consolidated view of all three. So that's my demo for today. Thank you so much. Appreciate the time. And then I'll open it up for questions.
All right. Well, thank you so much for showing us all of that information, and always exciting to get a new release preview. So very exciting for everyone here. So let's jump into the first question. And then we have a good one from the chat that I think we should pop into. So how are lenders operationalizing CreditXpert?
Okay, yeah, so how they're putting it into practice day to day. Yeah, really a lot of the most successful CreditXpert users have a process or a strategy in place of a delegated user. So someone that's delegated to produce plans on behalf of a group of loan officers, and then they work with the borrowers. Think of more of a loan officer assistant type employee that is able to then curate those leads and those borrowers and to make sure that they're following through with those plans, and then understanding when they're going to now get them back into the funnel to then produce a loan for that borrower. So that's really some of the most successful users. A lot of folks use it, loan officers, as a tool on their own, but some of them are most successful, have more of a centralized type approach to that operations.
Do you have a mobile app?
We do not have a mobile app currently. It is mobile responsive, but no mobile app.
Okay, but being able to get it on your phone, I feel like, is still absolutely everything. I know sometimes there are some websites that you just can't use at all on your phone. So another question, what are some expected production and profit lifts from a strategy like this?
I think when we talk with lenders directly, we're trying to get a better understanding of their pre-qual and influx of credit inquiries and leads compared to ones that are actually going to application. What are we falling out from there? Isolating that number, and then understanding that with CreditXpert, you can get up to 67% improvement. So what does that mean for their bottom line? So we take a look at that top of the funnel. We take a look at that, what I would call more middle of the funnel application fallout. And then we really try to understand the number and what we can improve and what we could make sure and save, and how we can help more borrowers. Typically, the return on investment is fairly significant when we break it down. So our expectations would be a pretty high probability of achieving a great return on investment by saving and helping more families and borrowers.
Absolutely. And then one last question, and I will also be launching the poll at this time. What is some of the most important feedback you've received from your customers that would be helpful to our business?
I think I heard a story the other day. There's a loan, a branch in Florida, and a borrower came to them, and they couldn't qualify. Their credit score wasn't at a qualifying range. And so what was going on was that they had a grouping of a lot of credit cards with low balances, or low credit limits, I should say, with higher balances to those credit limits. They came up with a plan through CreditXpert to strategically adjust or address that debt to see what the impact of the credit score was. They got them into a home, got their first home, but better yet, that originator received 32 additional referrals and loans from that single source because they're helping that borrower. So I love those stories. Ultimately, we want to help more families and more people get into homes. And so that's one of my favorites.
First-time home buyers are such special experiences, and business by referral is how to work if you can swing it. All right. Thank you so much, Matt.
Thank you for the time.
All right. And I will pass things back over to Diego.
Thanks, Allison.